If a pro fighter did his jujitsu on him, then the guy's gonna come back and duct tape his family, okay? You don't wanna fuck with the wrong people. And the wrong people out here in the world are not pro fighters. You guys need to wake up.
All right, y'all. Today we're breaking down why Wes Watson, Mr. Yell Inspirational Flex in the parking lot, thinks UFC fighters are soft. Yeah, you heard right. According to Wes, the baddest men in the cages are just glorified gym class heroes who wouldn't last 5 minutes on a prison yard. Meanwhile, yo celly named Stabby Steve, who's eating the ramen with his bare hands, that's the real killer. Let's talk about why this is not only wrong, but hilariously wrong. Let's get into it.
I'm from the twin, same hood, same friends, that's if you're looking for me. But if them laws looking for me, that's a different story, ayy.
Yo, what's good, gang? You know the name. It's Transition representing Gap Tooth Games, and I'm back at y'all with another video. Go ahead and hit that like button for me as you come on in. Drop a comment down in the comment section to let me know how you feel about this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, because we going up, you dig? We on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we less than 50 away from our goal. So if you want to help your boy get there, just tap that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell. But this is how it goes. Boom. Wes hops on camera, veins bulging, steroids pumping, and he's screaming, "These UFC fighters are just athletes. They're not violent. Prison is where the real killers are." And we're like, sir, calm down, drink some water, and maybe do less pre-workout, okay?
Don't encourage anyone to run up to these pro fighters. Pro fighters are okay? They're only good in the ring. People I know will not accept a loss, okay? If a pro fighter did his jujitsu on him, then the guy's gonna come back and duct tape his family, okay? You don't wanna fuck with the wrong people. And the wrong people out here in the world are not pro fighters. You guys need to wake up. These are very big time squares. Pro fighters are the epitome of squares. They're like, come in the ring and I'll fight you. The people I grew up with and went to prison with, they don't give a fuck about a ring. They don't give a fuck if they're on camera. They don't give a fuck if they have to fucking live the rest of their life in prison. You will not beat them. They will not take a loss. You guys live in a fantasy world where pro fighters aren't the biggest squares on the planet. UFC fighting is gay. Like all that shit, like MMA fighting and all that shit is for people who never really were in fights. Like they never whooped ass their whole life. So they're always like, I'm gonna train and fight. Like I've always just handled shit very easily. I never had to think about fighting because I always just extinguished the problem however I had to. So the point is like, that's for people who like never could really fight. They had to go learn to fight. I mean, people who just handle business, they don't have to learn to fight. There's a difference between fighters and violent people. You should really stay away from violent people because it doesn't matter how good you are at fighting when they want to take it to the level. They'll take you out. And so there's a huge difference here. You guys have it all misconstrued. Fighting is some weird sport shit that is all these people do, and it has nothing to do with violence because a violent person will end your life. And this is the thing. You guys need to quit thinking that UFC people are going to be able to fuck around with violent motherfuckers. Because a violent motherfucker won't lose. He won't take it. And you'll be like, wait, put the gloves on. And he's not going to hear it. And it's going to be a problem for you.
Now look, I respect anyone who's turned their life around. And yes, prison is rough. But Wes, you sound like a guy who thinks GTA characters are more dangerous than Navy SEALs because they yell more. He's basically saying structure makes people soft. And by that logic, Navy SEALs, SWAT team, and trained assassins are just CrossFitters with costumes. But let's go ahead and see if these non-violent fighters are just gym bros with cauliflower ears. First up, we got Sean Strickland. Not only is he an actual savage in the cage, he once held a home intruder at gunpoint like it was just another Tuesday. And the man didn't even panic, didn't scream, just aimed the weapon and controlled the situation like a professional savage. But I guess that's not violent enough unless he bit the guy's nose off while screaming about respect. So next up, we got Marlon Chito Vera. Chito once pulled the shotgun on a knife-wielding attacker like it was a scene straight out of John Wick. And if John Wick had neck tattoos and a better jab, then his name be Chito Vera. But when he was asked what he'd do if someone approached him with a knife on a podcast, he said, "He'd never get close to me." And he just lifts up his shirt and shows his piece. But that's not violent. I guess that's just a casual death forecast.
He's got into a fight.
Yeah.
You would win?
I think I can if I want.
Like, what would you do if I came up to you right now and I was like, yo, check it?
I would
knife.
just go like that and let you know that
Okay.
that knife won't get closer.
Go sit down, buddy.
And then there's the viral video of two gangsters trying to press an amateur MMA fighter. Now, this dude wasn't a professional. He was just a local fighter. And he folded these dudes up like laundry. No cage, no gloves, just vibes and violence.
Hey, keep it down. Mix this food, bro. No, mix this food. Mix this food. You got this, cut. Mix this food, dog. Hey, keep it over here, dog. Stop kicking, bro. Hey, over here, over here. Keep it over here.
I busted this not even one left hook. Yeah, rock it. You running one of them? Yeah. Yeah. One, two, bro.
No, hey, OG, don't do it, bro. Hey, don't do it, bro. Hey, don't do it, bro. That makes me make this shit, bro. It's gonna make everybody think up. Hey, sit up.
So when Wes thinks that unless someone's foaming at the mouth and screams the yard, they're not really dangerous. But let me ask you this. If you had to walk down a dark alley, would you rather see A, a dude who's trained in 5 martial arts, or B, a sweaty man yelling about respect and benching his trauma in a tank top? Let's be real. Crazy is scary, but trained and calm is terrifying. And UFC fighters is like a pit bull with military training. Prison violence is more like a raccoon with rabies. Unpredictable, sure, but also might get distracted by a trash can. And oh boy, the MMA community heard Wes loud and clear, and they did not let it slide. Sean Strickland clapped back, basically saying Wes couldn't last one round with a jiu-jitsu blue belt, and honestly, that's generous. But when he was initially asked about it, he didn't even know who Wes Watson was. Someone reached out on Twitter and said, "Are you going to accept Wes Watson's challenge?" And he was like, "Bro, what are you talking about? Watson from Bellator?" And they were like, "No." And he's like, "Bro, everyone is a fitness clown these days. You can't keep track with the influencers." And they asked, "Please smack him." And then someone went on to describe Wes Watson to him, and he's like, "Wes Watson is some roided up, muscle-bound douchebag that yells at his phone all day and makes his name from making prison YouTube videos." And he said on a video that UFC fighters are pussies and squares that aren't tough. And Sean responds by saying, guys that are into fitness are closeted gays who are too ashamed to jerk off to dudes, so they jerk off to themselves doing squats. And what I have to say to that, Mr. Sean Strickland, is I resent that, sir. I'm a fitness guy. I'm doing squats today. I'm not beating my meats to no men's or myself doing squats. Take that back. But He was basically saying, my grandma rolls better than Wes and she has arthritis. Look, there's levels to this. Wes might survive a scuffle in the county, but put him in a cage with someone who's trained to disable you with a pinky toe? Game over, prison warrior. Tap or nap. So, Wes, we get it. We've seen some wild stuff. You've seen some wild stuff in prison. Respect. But don't confuse chaos with capability. There was another UFC fighter that responded to him, and they basically said, anyone heard of this guy? Damn, it would be so easy to beat him in less than a minute, unless he had like 4 friends or something. Such an embarrassment that he claims to be from San Diego. On his point, those Navy SEAL and Marine snipers aren't good because they had to go to school to learn how to shoot. Anyone who can actually shoot doesn't need this training. They are already just lethal, LOL. The scariest people in the room are usually the quietest people. The ones who don't need to tell you that they're violent because they've already calculated your defeat before you even raise your voice. So no disrespect to your time behind bars, but if it's you versus Sean Strickland in a parking lot, my money's on the guy with the gun, the belt, and the 15 fight highlight reel. But comment below, do you think Wes could take any trained MMA fighter, or that he would tap out in under 30 seconds? It was another Brazilian jiu-jitsu master that had basically responded to him as well and said, imagine living in this delusion. The people you're talking about can make sweet love to you and you couldn't do a thing about it. Also, you want to see real violent people? People who you know are good at high-end violence? Make friends with vets, not icy red bro cons. And he has a point. But what do you think about it? Do you think Wes could take any trained MMA fighter? Or would he tap out in under 30 seconds? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, or Chito will show up with that shotgun. I'm just playing. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. Be sure to check me out on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe down in the comment section. And until next time, gang, you know the name. It's Transition representing Gap Tooth Games. Oh yeah, and don't forget, life isn't about making it from point A to point B. Life is about living in between the gaps. Peace out.
Lane sippers and mean strippers who just all up at the green and it means just fast living. And I'm not one to judge cause I've been off that mud double cup with no fucks when I pass limits. And who don't like the smoke and get gone off a cone but it would not get blown unless gas in it. Hold up, we bout to roll up. I got some smoke, keep you up like it's Folgers. Rookies try to hit the cookie, fuck around and throw up. So we drop the hottest pen verse and it blow up. But we got some recognition from a nigga, so what? We be walking down the street, get beeps like they know us. Now bitches in the sheets, but the freak on the meat skis keep grab their feet. Hell yeah, make them toe touch. You know what? I go nuts, we get them steady focused. Probably from the biomass flower, no lotus. I can't even think how many trees we done smoked up. Whatever the number, gonna fuss, you'll need a tow truck. Getting shit across the seas with ease, put a boat up. That's no lie, baby girl, no joking. Shorty said she can't swim, I'm behind the back stroking. Do it for the love of buzz, stuff a blunt, make it swell and your fucking chest open.